Thank you for staying tuned. It is still the conversation here on Lagos Television and away from social media. Let's talk about love and marriage. Yeah, marriage and love beyond religious barriers. Love is often described as universal, powerful, and blinded to differences or blind to differences. Yet, when it comes to marriage, religion can quickly become a dividing line rather than a unifying force. Now, to shed light on this topic, we are joined by Esther Briggs. She is a certified relationships and family life counselor. You're welcome, Esther.
Thank you. Pleasure is mine.
Okay, so I said love is beautiful, love is universal, and they say love is blind to some differences. Yeah. And we're talking marriage and religion right now, but let's start from before the marriage, gets started, why they are courting or why the man and woman, is courting. Why is religion or why has it become such a strong factor when two individuals begin to talk marriage?
Well, for everything we do in life, we must understand that ideology rules basically everything. So we can't really talk about love then without talking about ideology. And the word idea came out from ideology. What's our perspective? How do we see things? And people see things in their own ways. So talking about religion, you can't completely take out religion when you're talking about love. It goes together. For everything you have to do, the wedding, the naming ceremonies, the baby, everything, the burial ceremonies, you have to involve religion. So you can't completely talk about.
But is it possible for two people who are of different religions fall in love?
It's possible.
Okay.
Very, very possible.
And can a marriage thrive in such a situation?
Depends on both parties. It will require both of them working together, and they both have to be intentional. It takes a lot of intentionality. It's beyond love, because really love cannot keep a marriage.
Thank you.
Love can't. Love is not enough. So it takes both parties to really sit down. What do we want from this? Both of us have to work 100%. We're not bringing 50 or we're not bringing 70 or 30 percentage. We're going to both bring 100% and ensure that we make it work. But it takes a lot and a lot of work.
When you say it takes a lot of work, I'd like you to tell me some of this work you are referring to.
Definitely there will be conflicts. They are bound to be conflicts, even where you don't
because
have,
they are of different
even where you don't have
ideologies,
yes,
or beliefs.
even, of course, even when you don't have, when you have similar ideologies, even the same faith,
There are still conflicts.
there would definitely be conflict. So when you are bringing two different people from different backgrounds, different ideologies, it would take a lot of work. And both of them need to say, okay, let's sit down. Even before the marriage, you take all of this discussion at the very beginning. You don't move ahead without having all of this discussion. If we must go ahead, how do we relate to our children? Where do they go to? Are they going to be going with me this week and next week? So all of this discussion have to come up. How do we sit down every day? Do we what kind of discussion should we be having? Do we pray? How do we pray? So it has to, the spiritual, the emotional, the physical, you really, really have to talk about it. And these are some of the issues that they are bound to face.
When it has to do with marriage with different religions or different ideologies now, because again, it's the ideologies that form our religious patterns. You have said that love is not enough.
Absolutely.
So is it that it is because we are from different belief systems or ideologies, that's why we can't stay together, or that there is a kind of pressure that the families put on the couples and even the society as well?
The family, of course, has a huge part to play, because in this part of the world, it can work maybe in the western part of the world where you have things, okay, people just, but in this part of the world, we must understand that we are both getting married to families. You are not just getting married to the individual. You are getting married to that family. So whatever happens there, you have to abide by it. So you're looking beyond, it's not just beyond, okay, I'm going to marry him, we're okay, we're fine. No. You're going to look at the family has a huge role to play. And the family can say, for instance, the mother can say, no, you can't marry that person. She has influence, she can, and it's possible. So it has, family background has a huge role to play.
Okay, still, when we're talking about religion, let's also talk about culture. Because again, for people from the southeast, Delta State to be precise, my husband is Delta. And so it's their culture that they don't do naming ceremony 7 days after childbirth, which is what I know. Theirs is 21 days. And there are certain things that they do, you know, there are certain items you must bring while you're naming the child. How important is it that you have these kinds of conversations before getting married, knowing your spouse's culture, knowing what is obtainable in their families?
Very, very, very. I'm stressing that very, very important. Because you have to have that conversation. It's something you need to say, both sit down. You don't, because this is what both of you are going to be building together. You're going to be building for a lifetime. And you don't want to go into that place and you are beginning to uncover a lot of things.
It's looking strange to you.
You need to sit down, both sit down during your courtship or relationship days and tell yourself, can I cope with this? Can we talk about it? The baby christening, what's going to happen? Can you cope? Then ask yourself, am I going to cope? Is this what I want? At that point, you can make up your mind to say, I'm not sure I want to go ahead. Because you know that you cannot cope with it. Then you would have to leave, but you must have that discussion. You can't want to go into marriage, you are just, because time of courtship, the time of interview, you are talking, you are not just sleeping with yourselves. You are not gallivanting, you are not going out, just, you are talking. Relationship is real. It's real. It's real. You must have that real conversations, because that is what will keep you even when you're married. Don't sweep it under the carpet.
So many young people are really aware that they must have real conversations, because they are just in butterfly in my tummy, public show of affection, what do they call it? You know, and they are not having real conversations, because again, when you look at the this generation that we are today, and the Gen Zs, they are the ones that will be husbands and wives in the next 2, 4, 5 years, you know. And the way things are going, when you look online, the way relationships are, the path that relationships are going, do you foresee a problem?
There's a problem already, but you know what? We have to keep creating the awareness. We have to keep talking about it. We can't just look away. I've seen a lot of young Gen Zs getting married now. Some people will just get married 3 months, 1 week, I'm done. You've not even started cooking the food. You are telling yourself, I'm done. I need to bring down the pot from the fire. It can't work. Both of you must understand that is where premarital counseling comes in. Because some of them just go into marriage without having all of this knowledge. Knowledge is what you need to thrive in marriage. If you don't, it's sad, because people go to school, they acquire the knowledge, they get the degrees, they take all the time to study. But when it comes to a lifetime commitment such as marriage, we just treat it nonchalantly. That is not meant to be. It's sad, but we have to keep creating the awareness. We have to keep teaching as much as we can. Parents, keep teaching. Mentors, keep teaching. Counselors, keep teaching. And if you have them in your space, you have to keep teaching, counseling, and lead by example. Because some of them will see what you do, and they want to live, they want to admire, oh, I want my marriage to be like this. We have a lot of bad examples of marriages these days, and people are just looking at the bad.
They're looking at
the bad. I heard something one day, and someone said, where are the good marriages? Why are we just seeing bad marriages online?
The good ones are not out there. The good ones are not on social media.
So the good marriages should come out. Marriage is possible.
It is when they come out, it turns to bad.
That is the problem.
I think
So people would rather keep their marriages.
Yeah.
Okay. From experience as a counselor, have you ever have you experienced conversion? Between two intending couples who want to. Okay, when I get married to him, especially on the ladies' side, because we hardly find men who convert to the woman's religion. So it's usually, I don't know if it's pressure, if it's love, if it's, I don't know, where a woman says, okay, I will convert when we get married. What do you advise such a woman
I have
or such a couple?
I have practical example from both a male and a female. Okay. What happened was that the guy wanted to get married to the lady, and he had to pretend.
He pretended
to have converted. Followed the lady to church. They started cutting. Oh, I'm okay right now. Don't worry, I'm this. After marriage, he turned into something else. So because if you must convert, it should not be under pressure.
It should not be for.
It has to be something you are convicted. Exactly. Yeah. It's from a place of conviction. Yes, this is what I want to do. I choose to do this. Nobody should pressure you, because when you go into that marriage being pressured, you might not last. I've also seen marriages that did not last. After a while, they could not cope. The lady had to opt out, the guy had to opt. Because they both went into the marriage on the basis of pretense. Okay, let me just, I'll convert. Because you can't really change anyone. You can't, but people forget that. Some people just feel, I can change him, he loves me. That's where the challenge is. Because you really can't build on the basis of love. Love is never enough when it comes to marriage. No. You must have the knowledge. Both of you must be on the same page. Your shared values, are they aligned? Are you on the same path? If not, I don't think you should go into that route.
Okay, you've spoken about a man who pretended, to convert, and then before married, and when he got married,
he went back to his former.
What about from the other side? The part of
the woman,
or part of the woman, because I have seen some cases, one or two, that the woman had to convert, change her religion because of marriage, which is not opposed to, with my own belief as a Muslim. So it's usually advised as a Muslim woman, marry a Muslim man, but Muslim man can marry a Christian.
Oh.
Yes, because they know that if eventually, and this is your so-called love, you will become a Muslim. But you cannot go to a man's house and be the master and
it's
say,
not possible.
Okay, so some of these conversions, does it turn into resentment later in life? Because but when you did it genuinely
out of love.
She's not mentioning that word.
I love him.
That word is very confusing, Joy. People misuse it, or because they do not understand, what it entails. So for those women who convert or who revert, does it turn to resentment, after some time, from your experience?
I believe it will, because I've seen marriage that has finally packed up. They had to divorce because the man had to say no. The woman said no. I can't practice this religion. That was not what we had. They both agreed at the initial stage. Don't worry, I'll allow you. We'll just do our thing. But after she could no longer cope. But at the end of the day, they had to fight for divorce, and they're separated today. Because you can't. When you are not yourself, you are losing yourself. You are not able to do a lot of things because I was coerced, I was pressured, I wanted to this, but when you got there, it is not what I ordered versus what I got. It's not what that's the language. What I ordered versus what I got. So I am surprised because people forget, even when they say love, 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 Marriage is an eye opener. When you get there, you see a lot of things that you thought you're not even ready
When they
for.
say love is blind, marriage will open your eyes. Okay, so for couples who are into interreligious marriage now, I know another thing that could be a big factor is raising the children. I know you talked about it, that those are the conversations they must have before getting married. So for those who are in it already, how best do you think they should address training the child, especially when it has to do with faith?
Okay, I had just one practical section on Wednesday where a lady, she's a Christian, she got married to a Muslim, and interestingly for her, as is just so beautiful because the man allows her take the children to church. Go, just do whatever you want. And she keeps saying, my husband is too nice, but how do I get him to convert to my religion?
Isn't that pushing you too far?
And
After he has allowed you to have your way, and even with the children.
we had to now tell her no. We had to congratulate her. You have a very nice and lovely husband. So you have a gift. You need to ensure that there is mutual respect. You must respect your spouse, no matter the religion. You must honor him. You must be submissive to him. For instance, if you are fasting and your husband is saying, we need to have sex, you will not say, no, I'm fasting. My religion does not permit that. No. You have to ensure that you are satisfying your husband at that time. So your conduct, your way of life, your character must be one that would not push the man away or make him do what he's not supposed to do. So it's possible.
So for those who are having issues, especially, I know it's always on the part of the women who maybe the man is saying, no, my children can't follow you to your place of worship. They have to go to my place of worship, and then they are dragging it. So what would you advise both the man and the woman? What are the best options that you could recommend?
They both need to have a discussion. Communication is very vital. Okay, at this point, can we meet on the middle ground? Let's talk about this. Can we alternate it if it's possible?
So they go here
But
today,
ensure,
go there tomorrow.
because you are not ready to follow him. Normally, you should follow him. That's why it's very important for you to make the wise decision at the very beginning. Because most of these ladies, they know, they are aware. But because they claim, these are vital decisions you have to make. So you are there, you have to respect and honor the man. Whatever he says, work, because he's the head. If you are not, you have to follow him. If he has given you the concept of saying,
Feminists will come for you now.
no, I'm ready, I'm here. I'm here.
But is there also a place where the parents have to allow the children decide where they want to go?
I think that will be when they are of age. When they are of age, they can't make their decisions. It's okay for children to. When I was growing up, I was going with my mom to our church. I was young. The moment I went into an institution, I took my parts. So it's okay for you to, but it's also very vital for us to build solid foundation for the children. Why do we want to put them in that position to have to be choosing when they are grown up? Why don't we just set the foundation right from the beginning? This is the foundation. Can we build on this foundation? If you are not building on a strong foundation, that building will collapse. So don't put your children in that position where they will have to now choose. I don't want to go to where daddy is going, or I don't want to go to where mommy is going. It's confusing. You are also confusing the children. They will rather want to go their own path when they are grown up.
Okay, let's look at warning signs before marriage. What are the red flags, one should look out for before you go into an interreligious marriage?
When it comes to spirituality, how the both of you react. When you have those conversations, how is both of you responding? Is one trying to lord the religion over the other? subtle. There are subtle ways this happen. No, you have to. No, this is what you do. Okay, have you read it? You are. They come in subtle. If you know you cannot handle it, then that is the right time for you to say, this red flag, I'm not sure. I can't deal with this. Or you're talking about children, raising children. My children will do this. These are the number of children. And my statement is no longer our children. We're talking about our children, and we're using the word my, me. So that is another red flag. So when it comes to the family as well, you are looking at the family. How do they relate? What's their position? Are they very strong when it comes to religion or faith? All of these are warning signals that you really need to look at and tell yourself, I'm not sure. Then if you know you can cope, then why not? You can go ahead.
Okay. So how important is premarital counseling, you know, for interfaith couples, you know, specifically? They have both dragged themselves to you and say, oh, we want to be together. We don't care what families say. We don't care what, you know, friends are saying. We just want to be, you know, I don't have to just be Christian and Muslim, maybe traditional believer and another faith. So how important is counseling for both of them?
Counseling is very, very important because they will help you see both the positive and the negative side of life. These are the consequences. These are the decisions you will have to face. These are conflicts you might have to face. If you don't go to a counselor, you might not be able to see all of that. Because premarital counseling is very, very vital. It's not optional. It's not something you just say, no, we don't need to go. It's very vital, and the counselor will help you point out these issues and tell you, are you sure? There are questions the counselor will want you to answer. If you are able to answer those questions adequately, then you know you are ready. But if not, because some of them might not know the implication of what they are going into until they are able to answer those questions at the end of the day.
Are women, oh God, I shouldn't have used it. Which gender, which gender usually suffer or are usually victims of interreligious marriages when it fails?
The female avenger, of course. There's a female.
Why?
Indeed, that species.
It's a female because most of them would have given birth, and at times they are not even allowed to go with the children. They are not allowed. If the family is so strong when it comes to religion, they'll tell you, no, the mother-in-law is, for instance, still alive and she's there. She'll tell you, no, you can't take my children.
I've seen a mother-in-law who has told a daughter-in-law that, did you bring children?
When you were coming.
When you were coming.
No, just look at that. And at the end
Am
of
I
the
supposed
day,
to bring children?
at the end of the day, she suffers.
So how do you counsel such a woman, you know, when she goes through it, or when she's going through such an unfortunate experience?
She has to be patient. Because the interesting thing is that when the children are grown up, they will look for her. When they are of age, yes, they will. They will. If they are not biased, it depends on the environment they also were brought up in. But she still has to keep in contact. This is why you have to bring in a lawyer. You shouldn't just leave the marriage, opt out of that marriage without having a lawyer involved.
I'm
you
very
should
traditional.
Go to court.
I'm very, very,
Yeah.
I'm a very traditional.
It's okay.
Person. I don't believe courts, you know, should solve such issues, especially when it involves children. Okay,
That's
I still, that is my own.
Yeah,
belief.
that's your own
I
opinion.
still think that once there are children involved, let's just keep navigating, you know, all other measures, you know, like family. It's not all the family that will hate you, or you know, just keep talking to the in-laws. And this brings me to this question. You know, what would you say now to parents struggling to accept their child's partner because of religion?
It's hard.
Is it hard?
It's hard, but it also depends on is it male now or female?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, depends on the child.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on the child. You need to make your parents understand. You need to have a discussion with them because you have age, you are now adults. You're going to live in this marriage. Yes, we know in this part of the world you have to get married to the family. But who lives in there? It's both parties, the husband and the wife. So you need to have the conversation with your husband. Mine was not, I'll just cite an example with my own story. Mine wasn't interfaith marriage, but mine was intertribal. So I had that issue of intertribal. My mom said, no, you can't marry this person, because she wanted me to marry from my own culture. And I said, no. I said, this is my decision. But I didn't have to fight her. I didn't argue. I wasn't disrespectful. I had a conversation with her, and we both sat down and I spoke with her. This is what I want. I think I want to do. Would you please allow me? I went to my dad. I said the same thing. My dad gave his consent. Because my dad has given me the consent, I felt good. Okay. But I did not completely neglect my mom or sideline her, no. I still wanted her to give her consent. And we spoke, I spoke. She was still adamant. We had to talk. I had to pray. Because I can't take that part out of it. But at the end of the day, everything worked out, and she gave her consent. And
like I said, I'm very traditional.
Yeah.
If my parents say no, it's no for me.
And
No,
so
that's
you, even though you love him,
Please leave love. Please leave love. I've always told you.
I didn't put love. I didn't put love as first.
For
I
me,
didn't put love.
if my parents say no,
I didn't put love.
If once they say no, it is no. Yeah, it's a no for me.
regardless of whatever you're feeling.
Because it is the same people that will support you at the end of it all. You can't. No, I won't.
I like fight for love.
I like the fact that you're traditional.
Once my parents say no, it's no.
Okay. No, you need parental consent for
Yes,
everything. You
it's
need
very, very
you need
important.
parental consent.
And then
You can't move ahead.
I might be becoming the counselor now.
Okay, so for those who are in the interfaith marriage, because there are marriages that are working. I know a few different religions, and they are working, they are fine, there's peace in the home. What are some of the advice that you can share that can help sustain peaceful marriage?
For those who are in that
interfaith,
that are having peaceful marriages, they're already having peaceful marriages. Do I need to
continue doing what you're doing?
Keep doing what is working for you. Keep doing what is working for you.
How important is effective communication? Very
important. Communication is a lifeblood. It's a lifeblood for every relationship or marriage. You can't have a beautiful, a successful marriage without communication. Because both of you will have to communicate when you're having issues. Let's talk about it. You can't ignore the place of communication when it comes to marriage, no. Communication is very important. So both parties have to be patient and communicate effectively.
For those who are having it rough, at what point would you suggest that either of them step out for safety's sake?
I can't advise anybody to step out. Their decisions, they both have to make the decision. They both have to make the decision. And it's something you knew before you went into it. I'm not saying you should stay there and die, except there's domestic violence. If there's abuse involved, then you have no reason to be in that marriage. You have no reason to be in that marriage. You need to have you can't but just talk. If you have to involve a third party or you want to get a counselor involved, but ensure there's somebody you are talking with. Very vital.
Don't do it alone.
Thank you very much, Esther Briggs, certified relationships and family life counselor, and we'll be talking about marriage and love beyond religious barriers. And for our audience, would you support your child marrying someone from a different religion? Why or why not? What are you saying? Did you say no?
Why not if not?
Okay.
If not. She will answer that when we come back.
Okay.
I'll answer, don't worry.
Okay, thank you very much, Esther Briggs. Insightful conversation we had there. eye opener, ear opener, and I just hope that our audience would have taken one or two things. Thank you for coming. We'll go on a short break. When we come back, the conversation continues.